Buckley Gaming. We are live with your boy Big Buckley 10 Toes at the Ridge. We're going to be talking beginner setups, tips for the new players. There's a lot of new players coming in. I thought it'd be a good idea to get out a little video, help with just the minor things right now. But happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year wherever you are in the world, guys. Appreciate you all coming in. If you dropped a like, amazing. I'm on Twitch and Discord as well, so there's links in the description. Go and check that out if you enjoyed the video. But let's get right into it. So when you first put in a game and you're going through the tutorial stages, they're gonna ask you if you want to be a racer or if you want to be a trickster. Right, and then you got steep controls as well. Right, it's completely different. Right, if you played steep, that might be a good way to start. But it's all personal preference. It can evolve as you evolve as a rider, guys. So I personally went with trickster. I know, forgetting about everything, checks all of that stuff. When I get into the mass races, right, the problem I had was my rotations and my steering was on the same stick. Right, so if I was on a corner on both my wheels or my skis come off the ground, I will start spinning rotations, right, and that's obviously not ideal to say the least. So yeah, I instead of swapping the sticks, swapping the presets, I just swap the buttons on. But that's me. You guys, like, the best thing to do, guys, optimize your tricks and your races to set up your racing the way you like your racing and your trickster the way you like your trickster. Like me, I got a hybrid of both, which is best suited for me. So I can just free roam and racing is the same all the time. Right, so the first thing I had to do is remove change the rotations off the stick that was steering because that was causing a lot of problems racing. Um, yeah, gear, gear you want to be aiming for, guys. Though actually, before we talk, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I want to talk about camera control as well, right? For me, I predominantly ride in first person and third person only. So you look at the carousel down here. That's perfect. I press one button through the switch key, I'm good. Right, you have to press it multiple times there and there. Right, but that's up to you. If you ride first person in every sport, kudos. I can't do it, but it's supposed to be the best. Right, I can't fly in first person. It's absolutely terrifying and motion sickness type deal. Yeah. So then when you go into your button mappings, right? Now, from the start, you're going to have camera control on all your sports, right? And when you're racing your bike and you turn in a corner, you're going to have to turn your camera to follow you, right? So what I like to do on my racing, right? All the sports that's in the mass races, I have the camera control off, right? Off. Skateboarding still off, but it's not necessary. I only have it on the walking actually, so if I need to look around, I have to get off my gear and have a little look around. But yeah, personal preference still, guys. But racing, cornering, and controlling the camera for me is neon impossible, right? So top tip, I would turn that off 100% and use the carousel if you need to, right? Are we going to talk about gear? What you need to be aiming for when you're unlocking your gear, right? So as far as bikes go, there's only two bikes really that are meta. Well, three, but one. So if you look at the stats right there, right? If you look at grip, the grip levels is 95, right? Grip levels here is 80, right? And that's the same all the way down the elites, pretty much, right? You want the 95 grip on a wet track, right? And quite often in a mass race, you'll have wet and dry tracks mixed. So I'm predominantly using the demo. That's my racing bike. A lot of people use the Cube, but you need to get that out of a burger box, I'm afraid, guys. Right. So the difference between, right, the grip levels, or if I'm in the snow, right, let's get down to the wet track. You know, nose manual through the snow to keep up your speed, less speed, uh, the acceleration when you go through. See how the back wheel's kicking out? Right, you lose a lot of speed there because you're skidding around, you got no grip, right? I mean, you can counter that by keeping it on the front wheel, but that's a whole different thing, right? There's whole advanced button setups and all that for that, right? If you're in on the demo, you don't get none of that, right? So we hit the demo real quick, right? Now I'm gonna be full speed and on the boost right here. Right, I'm not skidding, look, I'm just going, right? So you want the bikes with a 95 grip. Looking forward though, when you're on low gear and you're coming up, there's also the two variations as well. Look, that's got 65 grip opposed to that's got 80 grip, right? You know, you want to aim for the most, right? Oh, we look at purple. Actually, we went from blue to purple right there, right? We look at purple, right? We got 80 there. All the way up to all 80s. Is there any different ones? I'm sure there is in different ones, obviously. Actually not. Well, look, the grip levels on that is 18, guys. Holy crap. What is that? So you'd only use that on a dry track. Moving on to the road bikes, you only use a road bike in one track as far as I know, guys, and that's Canyon Storm. That is the bike for that, and that also has the higher grip level. So we need to take a little time, look at that. Coming down to your snow race, like the Sender 106 T1 Plus, that's the meta, that's the go-to. If you don't have it coming up, a lot of people like to use the Ben Chentlers or the Zero Declavity, right? Moving on, oh, that's deep snow, right? You got the downhill skis as well, right? You want to be aiming for the one with +1 speed there, 91 speed, right? That's your boy right there. Coming up, good ones to go for. These green ones are really good. But I mean, just any elite ones until you get that. That's the meta, guys. That's what you want. Same as that there. Around into air. They all suck, guys. I'm not gonna lie, they all suck. Even when I got this one, I couldn't fly it for months and months. It just didn't want to turn. You just put the time in, guys. You'll get used to it. It is better. It is the meta. But if you find you want that mobility, I was using this one for the longest time, guys. I refused to use it. It got me mad. Moving on to the wingsuit. They're all the same. They got different maneuverability, left and right, and verticality, right? So, the Ural, I can't even say. I always call it the Ultra Advance. It just rolls off the tongue a little easier. But that's got the most sensitivity on both, but it's really tricky to use. It's really sensitive. I like to use this one because it's out of the box. I mean, personal preference, guys, you can do just as good on that wingsuit. Right, facts. 100% facts. I've proven it before. So yeah, that's the gear you want to be aiming for. How long are we into the video? 9 minutes. So we're gonna talk about cornering real quick, guys. Right, so I'm on my demo. when we get further down the track. I shouldn't have started all up here in retrospect, but we'll get down to the single track and we can talk about how the road is, how the track is, and what you need, where you need to put yourself on that track. Right, so as you can see, right, the track is domed. Let me get back out there because it's gone dark. Right, it's domed from that edge there. It goes down to the middle where you got the fastest grip right there where it's rutted out, right? And then it comes back up to the edge there. And it straight away curls over. So if you get in that snow, it's going to pull you out, right? So when you're coming into chicanes and stuff, you're not going to be wanting to aim. See where that hump is there, right? You don't want to be aiming for that snow there on the edge. Right, you want to be aiming for the apex being the middle of the track where the tyre line is, right? Because of the concave and the way it is, you're going to lose traction, your wheels can come off the floor, you're going to lose a bit of ground, right? So, cornering, you want to keep yourself in this quarter of the track when you're turning right, and you want to keep yourself in this quarter of the track when you're turning left, right? So let's go. Right, there's one of the hardest corners in the game right here. I'm braking, I'm only tapping the brake slightly, right? Tiny bits of pressure. See, don't fail, right? I was up too high there. Right. You want to keep it on the right side of the track all the time. Because what you find, this is T-Tar Mania, right? People try and turn and they end up cutting the corners. They'll just bounce straight into the cheese, guys. Like, you gotta be in the right place, right? So look, I'm boosting you, I wanna turn you. Whoop, whoop. Nope, it's not gonna happen, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna come in with the same speed. I'm gonna keep it on the right side a little bit. I'm gonna tap the brake. I'm gonna go into the corner, right? You see how it flows on that? Also, if you can avoid a jump, avoid a jump. But yeah, pretty simple, guys. Like, I struggled with that the longest time, man. But then when you're going through snow, guys, go on your front wheel. The speed loss is a lot less. That was absolutely messed up. But yeah, the speed loss is a lot less. So like, that's why you see people going on the front wheel when they hit the snow. If you do it a little bit too late, it will still slow you down. But look, if I drop it, look at the acceleration. It's crazy. That's just all about the dome. Look, the track is the same, yes. The only difference is it's dry. You got that little dome on the track, right? Just keep it here if you're turning left. Keep it here if you're turning right. And best of luck to you guys. So I will be working on an advanced video coming up in the future, guys. That's gonna be talking about shortcuts, boost management, what else? Shortcuts, boost management, the nose manual for cornering, which is meta amongst the top players. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like. Consider subscribing, it's free. Check out the links to Discord and Twitch in the description, guys. Have a happy holidays and a getting hell of a party for New Year. I'll see you in the future, guys. Peace.